Good evening, guys. How are you all doing? My name is TheBrokenMachine. Today we've got some more Battlefield 1 gameplay, some requested gameplay today. I can't remember who requested it, but quite a few of you actually did request some LMG gameplay, so popped into the alpha before it ended and got this quite nice game. MVP with this LMG. It looks awesome. Look at the clips coming in on the right side. It's got a massive scope. It's got a bipod as well. This is the M1909 Bene Merci GU version. I'm not sure what GU stands for. The game wouldn't let me check after I unlocked it. But it is pretty awesome. There's two different versions of this one. This one's got the bipod and the scope, and the other one doesn't have that. So this one is mainly catered for those kind of more defensive kind of plays. It's not very accurate when you're not using the bipod or fully scoping it. If you hit firing with this one, it's not going to be very good. And you see right there, not very good at that range when I'm tap firing, and that is one of the worst things you can be doing while using the LMGs, particularly this one. LMGs in this game, at first I was like, you know, I'm not really enjoying these weapons. I was just not feeling them. I was like, is it the connection, or is it me? And it was me. You see, the thing about the LMGs in this game is that the longer you sustain fire, the more accurate they are. So they've been designed to try and actually be a supporting role, and you're going to be needing to use the bipod as much as possible. See right there, hipfire barely does anything on that guy, and you know, with the SMGs, you probably could have taken that guy out at that range with an SMG hip firing, but this weapon, nope. Got to use the bipod. Roof collapsing in there, that's pretty cool. You're going to be seeing a lot of that in Battlefield 1. It's awesome. The destruction is pretty awesome. Right there, you do see me hip fire. You can do it if you strafe around a little bit, but most players are going to catch you out. And now, talking of the bipod is really necessary, and it's very easy to use. I know it's only a bipod, it's like, how hard can it be to use? Look at these two guys. Let's just look at that clip, look at this one. Push in, get this third guy. So you can hit fire, but my advice is just keep moving because the accuracy isn't that great, so you probably best not standing still because someone's going to pop your head off pretty easily. But going back to the bipod, it is definitely very beneficial. You see right there, look how accurate it is when you sustain fire. It's just amazing. It is amazing. And at first, I didn't actually like it. You know, I've already just said this, but at first I was just like, this is kind of sucky, it doesn't feel right. But when you actually start playing in how the weapon needs to be used and the kind of tactics you need to be using, it's awesome, and it just feels awesome. It's hard to explain, but when you're looking through a window or looking across a field and you're just slamming that trigger down, it's like boom, 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 and you're taking out the enemies as they're running across the field. It's pretty cool. It's a nice change. It is a nice change, because, you know, LMGs in BF4, you know, if you've been watching this channel, you'll see me using them here and there, mainly the RPK. I love that one. It's awesome, but for the most part, the LMGs, they're not that great. They weren't, of course, they're powerful, but I'm always thinking, I could just use a carbine or something else. The LMGs, they weren't that necessary, especially with the kind of playstyle that you kind of need in BF4. I mean, you could do well with them, there's no doubt about that, but in the grand scheme of things, most people would probably pick a carbine or an assault rifle, especially the medic class, over using support. Now, there was a guy behind me, but I was like, oh, there's another guy over here as well. So I kind of ignored that guy. There he is again. Because I noticed he didn't see me. But this guy with a shotgun, damn you. Now those shotguns, is that a 9 kill streak? I believe it is. My screen's a little small, I'm doing a commentary, post-commentary, and it's slightly smaller when I'm looking at it. But that was a nice little streak to start off the game. But those shotguns, they are very powerful in close range. They seem to, kind of long ranges, it was like the damage just disappeared. It was just like, no, it's not gonna work. So there's a vehicle over there throwing the light anti-tank grenade. Everybody gets access to one of those if they want it, as grenades. definitely recommend using them. I think it'll depend on the map in the final game, but when there's lots of vehicles around, the light anti-tank grenade is probably the best choice, to be honest. Because, you know, if you get a disable on a vehicle, sometimes they'll bail it and run away. And you know, if you're with a ton of friends and there's a vehicle, just lob a couple of anti-tank grenades at them, it's gone. Or disabled at least. So they're not too powerful. You can see right there, see how the bipod just deploys for me? That's awesome. It really is so easy to use. You can be just running around and there's a wall nearby. You just like, oh, just stand next to it and it'll deploy. It's not annoying. You can still aim down sight. It doesn't lock on like it does in BF4. You can just carry on. That's, oh, it's just so good. It's like, it's so, you can just change the kind of combat you're engaging with just on the fly. It is really good. Now this stationary gun here, this is actually pretty awesome. Very powerful against infantry. Just trying to find this guy here. As you can see in the fog, it's actually quite difficult to spot some targets. It's not too difficult that it becomes annoying, but at longer ranges, you know, you've got to take a minute and just go, where is it actually? I need to just take a minute and find that guy. Which can be advantageous at times, but you know, if your enemy is in that position where they've got the advantage over you, you're going to have a tough time. Using that vehicle there, that one's awesome. It's got a gunner on it. And here I'm going to get shafted by a guy behind me. You can see right there, hip fire. Not working. Just not working right there. 10-1. That'll be 10-2 when I spawn back in. Let's talk about the spawn screen actually. Look how quick. It's just like, I'm dead. Let's get back in. There's been a few complaints about that, about spawning in too quickly. And yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence about that one. I don't mind it too much. Nice double kill. I just noticed that was a double kill. Shooting into the doorway. Definitely going to be using those kind of tactics in the final game. It'd be interesting to see if there's any like maps in the style of Operation Metro or Locker, very close quarter kind of stuff. It'd be interesting to see how well the LMG will do on those kind of maps. Now this guy, oh, he just caught me out. Just turns. And the animations in this game, it kind of looks like people's running one way, but the body moves and the head moves separately. I know it did in BF4, but in places like that, sometimes it can catch you off guard, so you got to be aware of that. Spawning back into Delta here, you can actually see we spawn quite a distance away, which can be detrimental at times, but often it does help. You can see what's coming up. And especially with a class like this, you really need those farther away spawns. Further away spawns, even. English is awful. Now here, I'm getting stuck on this crater. They need to fix that. It gets a little annoying. I'm not sure if it's intentional. But it's annoying at times. It really is. You see the way I'm playing here? I'm trying to get the long range line of sight rather than just rushing into there. I can see my teammates are all over there, so I'm not concerned about that one. Now here's another thing I haven't talked about actually. This class gets access to these tripwire bombs. And you can plant 2 at a time. I believe you can actually plant 3. Yeah, you have 2, but I'm sure you can have up to 3 if you die. I'm sure 1 can stay, so you have 3 on the ground. I'm sure of it. I didn't fully test it, but 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. It's too much. It's too much. That's all you've got to hear about that. It's too much. If you're on a flag, you can plant 1 on the bottom of the stairs and then halfway up the stairs, and you'll likely get an enemy. I mean, right there, just got 1 there. So I think DICE needs to change that. I think 1 is enough. I think 2 is overkill, and if I am right about the 3, about 1 staying after you die, then yeah, that kind of needs to go. That really needs to go. Getting out the bipod once again. It is really helpful. It's actually enjoyable though. The BF4, I never wanted to go on the bio body. It's just kind of frustrating. Kind of leaves you vulnerable because you have to, you know, get it out. And this guy, oh, I was hoping he'd walk past. Because there's a vehicle up there. I was like, oh, I can't be spotted. But maybe the vehicle spotted me, actually. Not too keen on the spotting, I've got to say. It's, yeah, I'm not a big fan, I've got to be honest. I'm not a big fan at all. You can see right there, kind of strafing left and right in the hopes of avoiding that guy, but I guess someone's fighting him. I think there's like 2 or 3. Yeah, there must be. That flag is a really popular flag. You're going to see a lot of people on there. But it looks like my teammate's in combat there, so I can't spawn on him. So I'm going to spawn on this flag all the way over here. Now, you see, I've seen quite a few videos about this flag. A lot of people, well, not too many bigger YouTubers, but a couple saying you can just jump in a vehicle and go across the map and capture uncontested flags. And yeah, you can, but this is a flag that I wouldn't recommend, because it's right next to the enemy's spawn, and that means vehicles. It also means bomber planes if they're coming in, and it also means a Zeppelin. So this one it can be captured, but at times it's quite tricky. And I think some of the commentaries complaining about being able to just zoom around the map in a vehicle and capture flags. I think some of them, what they're not seeing is that it's an alpha, so people are going to be zooming around all over the place, and it's not going to be so organized. But when the full game comes out, when people start realizing kind of the strategies and what weapons they really want to use, I think you're going to see a change in pace. Because at the moment in the alpha there's, well, it's over now, but in the alpha there's lots of snipers, and that's because people just want to, you know, see what sniping was all about. So, you know, people are going to try it in the alpha, and many people who just didn't know what they were doing, didn't have everything unlocked. A lot of people didn't know about anti-tank grenades, even the light anti-tank grenades that everybody can have. So I don't know about all that stuff. I don't think. I think the final game is going to change. Definitely going to change. This flag, this is an interesting flag actually. You can have lots of different combat situations on here. If it's heavily dominated by vehicles, you really need to use all these buildings as cover. But if there's no vehicles, you get lots of different infantry combat over here. It's quite tricky actually, because you've got lots of these buildings over here which are good for like shotguns, SMGs and LMGs, but then you've got the open area behind me where the snipers kind of dominate. So you've got to be thinking when you jump on that flag, do I run out into the open or do I go into buildings? And either one could be risky. You've got to have that situational awareness going on in your head. You've got to be thinking about that. You've got to be ready for it. See these distances, the targets kind of become, especially in the smoke, somewhat invisible. I think that's actually a good thing. It does change the pace up, and in many ways the fog actually allows you just to, you know, kind of be a little bit reckless at times, which is, I actually find it kind of enjoyable. Because, you know, I like running and gunning. I do love that stuff, so I kind of like that in many ways. Coming up to the end of the game now, this is the M1909 LMG. It is pretty awesome. I think you guys will enjoy this one, and yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Please do leave me some feedback in the comments below. I want to know what you guys like, what you guys don't like. We've got lots more Battlefield 1 gameplay coming up, and yes, thank you very much for watching, guys. It's good to see you again. Hope you enjoyed that gameplay I put up yesterday. 53 kills with the Type 95B on Battlefield 4. It's pretty awesome. Go check it out. And it's a live commentary, not a post commentary like this one is. So go check that out. And until next time, guys, I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Catch you later.